Hello indie game fan, Day 2 of Steam Next Fest coverage includes another set of high potential indie games with a number of possible Game of the Year contenders, so let's begin with Gestalt, Steam and Cinder, a game which I believe must have had some sort of trouble in development since it was delayed from one year to the next, where most recently, Gerard the Completionist and other big YouTubers are helping with the production on this, so it's an interesting cross-pollination of games, media and developers, where this pixel art Metroidvania is of interest since it's my favourite combination of art style and genre.
Build and expand your own train while traveling through the void in solo or online co-op with up to 4 players. Now with a larger variety of islands, enhanced weapon system, new dangers, puzzles, and void creatures.
I don't know how indie you will consider this developer to be, since Hype Train Digital is both a developer and publisher of indie games, with their next title, Voidtrain, being of interest. It's an open-world first-person adventure where you can build and upgrade your own Void Train, using it to enter new dimensions and to explore new lands, where I think that it looks fantastic and even has co-op support, but I'm interested to see how much of a story there is in this game and to what end. This video is brought to you by Wandering Sword, a beautiful pixel art RPG title set in the world of Chinese martial arts or wuxia, where you play as a young swordsman caught up in the middle of a conflict, and after nearly being killed, have to find your way in the world, training up and refining your pugilistic prowesses and to recruit allies along the way. Me being me, of course I love the pixel art, where it does remind me of titles like Octopath Traveler in a good way, but where it differs is the combat. You see, this is not a JRPG, but most curiously, allows you to choose between real-time or turn-based combat on a square grid, resembling a tactical RPG in the second case, and is quite unique because of that. There will be choices to make, which results in multiple endings for the game, where this really is one of my most anticipated pixel art games for the year, and if you are curious, you can check out the demo right now as part of the Steam Next Festival, link in the description below, and be sure to wishlist the game as well. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but apparently Xenonauts 2 just got a new trailer and even updated their release window to say 2023, where this was kickstarted in 2018, so it has been a while. If you're not familiar, this is the sequel to Xenonauts from 2014, a series that is pretty much the spiritual successor to the XCOM games, and no, I'm not talking about Enemy Unknown, but rather UFO Defense, where it apes the visuals and style very well, where you manage a multinational military organization having to deal with an alien invasion. It is set in the Cold War era and seems to be nailing that time period as well with the weaponry, although I'm expecting a fair share of alien and futuristic technology. There were only low-resolution versions of his Kickstarter trailer floating around on the internet previously, but we now have some new footage and it looks good, being of interest to fans of the genre.
Isn't all sunshine and rainbows. If you want to be a hero here, just being good isn't enough. Because this world is ruled by greed, and greed is exactly what you need here.
One of the more unique titles on the list is Greedventory, a self-described action RPG where combat takes place in real time and you do need to click on enemies and projectiles, with decent pixel art and a compelling loot system, and looks very interesting.
Blow up. out! Anyone who stands in your way on the path to greatness.
Ima. Hola, Imui.
Alright, so the chatter around Planet of Lana has been very positive, being a side-scrolling adventure platformer in the style of something like Inside or Limbo, but of course less grotesque and much more beautiful, although it isn't without a share of dangers and hazards. You play as a young girl and her little companion, which appears to be some sort of cat, going on a rescue mission and having to deal with robots and various monsters. This is honestly one of the best looking games that I have come across, and while the more puzzle platformy gameplay might not be for everyone, I do think that it's worth checking out even if you think that this genre is played out. Another series in this space that I like to mention is Far Lone Sails and Far Changing Tides, both of which are great and will whet your appetite while you wait for this, where thankfully the wait will not be long. This next title might be a little bit out of left field, but I think that Trinity Fusion is a roguelite platformer of interest, set in a multiverse where you play as 3 different versions of yourself in parallel dimensions. Somehow, each version is tied to a different character class, but everything appears to be in some sort of futuristic world with primarily robotic enemies. Games like this will live and die by how the combat feels, which makes the Steam Next Festival the perfect place to give it a go. Admittedly, there are quite a number of roguelites in this video, where the demo concept of Steam Next Festival shines for this genre, since the much shorter, run-based design of such games is perfect for small demos, with Beyond the Long Night being a title of interest, since it's a twin-stick shooter of all things. We have a lot of top-down and side-scrolling entries in this genre, so this is a little bit different, but I simply love the balloons attached to the main character. It is set in an underground kingdom stuck in a time loop, where there is a growing storm that chases you from room to room, so you cannot take your time to fight and explore. Where this game seems to be going under the radar, so do wishlist the game after checking out the demo. This next title did make my list of upcoming roguelites for good reason, since the action looks very fluid and stylish, where you play as a combat robot entering an enemy base in Oblivion Override. If If anyone watching remembers Metabots, it was a show that I loved growing up, which is why the customization of your character with various parts is especially of interest to me. The art style, while not pixel art, is excellent as well, where again, like Trinity Fusion mentioned above, the game feel of combat is critical to the success of this game, so go give it a spin and let me know what you think.
Hello? Anyone here?
Anguish fills this residence, Benedict.
This game did creep up on me in terms of its announcement and my growing interest in it. Set in a fantastical Lovecraftian world where a hero is being guided and helped by his demon companion, being able to enter the minds of the recently deceased as he investigates a massive mansion where the last case of Benedict Fox looks awesome and is releasing soon. We can find my current favourites in this video.